I'm too old. I don't have enough experience. Someone else has probably done this already. No one's spending at the moment. So what's the point in trying? These are just some examples of limiting beliefs that can prevent you from achieving your goals in life. There are plenty more out there, and I'm sure you have many of your own. Well, the thing is, we all do. Every single person in this world will have a limiting belief in one way or another. To put it simply, limiting beliefs are assumptions or perceptions that you've got about yourself and about the way in which the world works. These assumptions are limiting because in some way they are holding you back from what you are capable of. Here's the shocker for you. Beliefs aren't facts. They may or may not be true or helpful, but they still influence how we behave in life. The big question today that we're going to answer is, what is the impact of this, particularly in the current world that we live in? Today, I would like to introduce you to Yvonne Hayes. Yvonne is a business owner, a mentor, promoting health and well-being. She is a stress management consultant, helping people to nurture themselves, beat stress, and achieve their potential. Yvonne's awesomeness doesn't stop there. She is also a lecturer in psychology, married, with 4 children and 4 grandchildren, and another one on the way. Yvonne has a wealth of experience and dedicated her time by writing in the article for the Yellow magazine. If you haven't read it, it's in September's edition, titled Believe in Yourself. Yvonne, welcome to Success Talks. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well today, thank you. Despite the rain, I've got a nice sunny flowery background, so it cheers me up.
Very nice, yeah. I'm a floral person too, and buying myself a bunch of flowers brings me a sense of joy.
Flowers.
Okay, so today, we would love to get under the bonnet of your article. What has been the common limiting beliefs of 2020, and what has the impact been?
I think the one I've come across most is that people feel this is not the year. I can't do it this year. It's a funny year. I'll put everything on hold. Why not now? Is my answer to that, because people are still people. People still have needs. People still need support. So if you've got a product that will help people, if you've got a service that will help people, people are still people and people still need that now. And why not you? Why not me? We all have skills, we all have strengths. We just need to tap into those, believe in ourselves, and we're up and running.
And what is the impact by having these beliefs?
The impact is, I think that you're on that journey to achieving your potential sooner rather than later. You can start that journey now. We should never sort of procrastinate our greatness and put it off till tomorrow, because we can start to be great today. We've all got that potential and that greatness within us. And why leave it dormant? You really do need to tap into it now and enjoy the journey now. Start it now. Why not?
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. So in the article, there are a number of questions that you ask the reader to think about to overcome these limiting beliefs. You start with asking the question, who else has achieved the goals you seek? Why is this important?
Because I think, you know, your journey starts with the reason why you're on that journey. Why do you want to achieve something? And yes, somebody else might also have achieved it. And that works 2 ways. If somebody else has achieved it, that means so can you. And if somebody else achieves it, you don't need to let that hold you back. There are, you know, lots of varieties of chocolate, for example. Do you think the person who first invented chocolate thought, great, that's it? And the second person thought, oh, I can't do that. Somebody's already done it. Well, no, because there are umpteen ways to, you know, promote chocolate. And there are umpteen ways for you to fulfill your goals. And just because somebody else perhaps has achieved something in your niche market doesn't mean to say you can't approach it in your own unique way and add something that is unique, special, and that nobody else has done before.
Is that then applicable outside of business?
I think so. I think, you know, even if you're thinking about yourself, you can achieve your potential. Everybody can achieve their potential. Just because, you know, you haven't tapped into yours yet, why not? You know, I'm a parent, I'm a grandparent. Lots of us parent in different ways. And you often, and I think the key is don't compare yourself to other people. Because once you start comparing yourself to other people, all you'll see is their strengths and your weaknesses. That's their journey, that's not yours. Just focus on yourself and what you want to achieve, and you can achieve it. It starts with yourself, with your mindset, and it starts from within. And once you've got a real reason why you want to achieve something, that is that fire within you that keeps you going.
Mm-hmm. So it's fair to say you need to know why you're doing it in the first place, and more importantly, or equally as important, having the mindset to say, I will achieve it, it's going to happen. But you could look at other people that have achieved, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to follow every single footstep. You're just following somewhat of a path, and then you can, you know, use your own uniqueness and find a slightly different way of doing it, and potentially far better.
Yes, you know, look at other people who've achieved what you've had and borrow from their self-belief as well. Borrow some top tips. Some things that they've done will work for you, other things won't. So if you look at, you know, sort of that little buffet spread of what everybody else has achieved that's very similar to you, you can pick from that what things will help you, and then you make it your own.
I like that you borrow it.
You just borrow it. It's all part of life's little buffet spread, isn't it? So you just borrow.
And everyone loves a buffet.
Everyone loves a buffet.
Oh, brilliant. So can you elaborate what is the key to a winner's mindset?
I think what a winner's mindset is tapping into something that you've already achieved. I think if you start with a success you've already had, it shows that I've done this in the past. And a lot of people will approach me and say, but I've never achieved anything. Well, we've all achieved something. The fact that we're still alive and we've got to the age that we are is an achievement. We may be parents, we may have achieved a good job, we may have done something in the sporting arena or the music. Everybody's got something that they've achieved. And when you can tap into that and you think, yes, I did achieve that, what strengths did I use to get to that goal? I can use those skills. They're transferable into what I want to now achieve. So it's about getting people to focus on past wins and thinking, yeah, I am an achiever, and I can believe, and I can achieve, and I'll transfer those skills across into this journey.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's almost like a moment of reflection, taking that time. I've certainly seen it a lot myself, where you're so focused on the goal, you just keep go, busy, steps. At what point do you take that time to reflect and say, well, this worked well, this didn't work well, and use that information to propel you forward?
I think you've always got to do it. I mean, I always like to think of plan, do, review. So you might plan something, then you do it, but you have to review it. So if you work on that basis of, you know, I sit and I plan my day out. So I have my daily planner, I have my day book, I plan the day out. I will do as much of that as I can. At the end of the day, I review it. Some things will have gone well, some things not so well, but, you know, nobody's died, so that's fine. We can move some things into tomorrow and plan them for tomorrow. But you always have to review, because sometimes by reviewing you think, actually that worked really well, it was a small thing, but I'll just do more of that. Because otherwise you can just get caught up in the fog of being busy. So unless you take a step to stop and review what you've done, you will never recognize what things are successful and what things are not. So you can drop the things that are not successful and just focus on the things that are working well.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Absolutely. And so I take it then the plan, do, review repeats itself, because when you've done the review, you're clearer on the bigger picture, and then you plan again. So it's
Yeah.
not a one-time thing and that's it, you've achieved your goal. It's a repetitive
No,
thing.
it's a bit of a cycle, isn't it? You plan, you do your review, and that informs your next plan, which you will then do and review. So you're refining the process
Hmm.
all the time,
And
which builds your own belief. Yeah.
absolutely. And then that's again applicable, not just in business, but with your health, with your wealth,
Yeah.
with your friendships, um, how you treat your body. It's applicable everywhere, really, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
In your article, there was many quotes. Loved every single one of them. Do you have a favorite quote, and why?
Do I have a favourite quote? My favourite quote is, I've got a few actually, but my favourite, I suppose, is our responsibility is to rise from mediocrity to competence, from failure to achievement. Our task is to become our best selves. And sometimes we're in danger of just treading water, and we accept mediocrity. We accept that this is all we can achieve. No, we can all rise from that and become our best selves. And I think unless you can say, hand on heart, I've achieved my potential, I'm now my best self, my job here is done, we're all a bit of a work in progress, aren't we? And my next favourite quote is, I don't fail at anything, I successfully find ways that don't work. That was Thomas Edison. And he tried hundreds of times before he achieved what he set out to invent. But I like the fact, I don't fail at anything, I successfully find ways that don't work. So that is a really positive, he's planned, doing and reviewing there, isn't he? And each time he reviews, he's thinking, that's not a failure, that's just one thing that doesn't work. So I'll try the next thing. Very positive. I love those two quotes.
Yeah, there's powerful words in there, and it just reshapes the conversation, doesn't it? And
Yeah.
teaches you that there's a learning process, and it's okay to fail. I found that when we adult, we forget that going through childhood, we had to learn things. And riding a bike, we fell off it many times. We grazed our knee. We had to master it without stabilizers. Then we had to master it going down a curb on different terrains. And so that was a process. But when we adult, it's like, oh, I must understand this immediately. But where the hell did that come from?
But that excitement of knowing that you wanted to ride a bike like all the bigger children was enough to keep you going. A toddler will keep falling down when they're walking because they want to walk like everybody else. And when we're children, we're quite resilient. We fall down, we get up. We fall down, we get up. As adults, we take it quite personally that if we fall down, it must be our fault. And we stay down. And no, we can just rise above it and think, well, that's one way that didn't work. Let me try something else that will work.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking back to
Yeah.
what you said at the beginning, it's important to understand your why, because when your why is so important, you'll keep going. So in the child scenario, they wanted to be like the next person who can ride their bike. And yeah, the why is important.
And that why needs to be quite visual, I think. I think as children, we're quite imaginative, so we can kind of see ourselves on that bike, can't we, riding? As adults, we become a little less visual. So some of us need perhaps a vision board. I have little pictures on the front of my phone as my screensaver, which remind me why I'm doing this. And so when you have a bad day, you can look at those pictures and think, yeah, I can do this. And this is why I'm doing it.
Well, that leads nicely onto this question. So based on what we've talked about today, what one key advice would you give to the listeners?
I think one key advice is to have that why. Have a reason why you want to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. And if you need to make that visual by having a vision board with some pictures of what you want to achieve on it, or whether you carry them as a screensaver or have them as a screensaver on your laptop, have a why. And have that belief that, a real vision of what it is that you want to to do, and the plan, do, review. Plan it, do it, and review it. Some things will work, others won't be quite so good. But if you keep doing that, you get closer and closer to those goals and that reason why you're doing it. The why is a bit like the driver for that wheel. You've got your plan, do, and review, but that why in the middle is what turns that wheel.
Brilliant. And some people may need help with how to do that. It's quite easy to say, know your why. And many may have read a book about it, but they don't understand how to do it. So do you have any services or products available that will help the listeners to go to yellow?
Yes, I mean, I run, as you said, a stress management consultancy. So I'm always available to take people on a one-to-one basis and provide some one-to-one mentoring for people to help them achieve their potential. I also run my own company, so I'm always looking for people perhaps who'd like to join that company and become business owners in their own right, and we can certainly help them develop their potential that way and achieve their income. And that business is underpinned by a lot of really healthy products. So again, if people are looking to improve their health and well-being, I can recommend different products that can help with that. So happy to just talk to people, whether it's about their health, their mindset, whether it's business goals they want to achieve. Just happy for people to approach me, really.
Oh, wonderful. So how can the listeners get in touch with you?
The best way to get in touch with me is to email me, and that is also a good one. I'm not sure if my email is on my article. No, it's not. But yes, if people want to email me, that's the best way.
Yeah, email, first port of call. Brilliant. Okay, so Yvonne is available to support, guide, and inspire you on your journey to yellow. Reach out today. Help is here, but like Yvonne says, you must take the first step. You are important. So book a call with Yvonne. The details can be found in the description. Yvonne, thank you for your words of wisdom today and in the Yellow magazine. From our team, may your life be yellow.
Thank you.